file that takes a look at future projections. So this file is called Protection and Validation Video Companion File if you want to open it up. And again, it's projections into the future of my sales and costs. So here for my increase down here in the cell for first year sales, I'm going to sell $100,000 of some product, 100,000 units. Actually, I should make these instead of dollar signs, I should make them the comma format with no decimal places because they're units sold. $100,000, 110,000 units, and then every year a 12% increase. So down here in the increase cell, I may want to change my projection, make it 13%. And again, all the values change up above. So a lot of times you give these spreadsheets to managers to get their input about different sales figures, cost information, and then the increases guess for the year. So what I want to do is just put a validation here. I would never have an increase like say over 20% because you have a lot of managers that don't understand that 0.3 is 30% instead of 3%. So a quick validation with these numbers here to make sure I never have one over 20%. So I highlight those increases first, and then I'm going to go to Data, Validation, and then instead of any value, every time you start a new spreadsheet, every cell, any value can go in there. These are decimal type of numbers, and I'm only allowing, again, less than 20% or 0.2. And then error alerts, if they put in something that doesn't work, I'm going to tell them stop on my title, and then the error message, wrong, must be under 20%. Check these numbers again, you fools. Any kind of thing you want for an error message. So I got my settings, I got my error alert input message. If they click on the cell, a box will pop up, kind of like a comment box, but I'm not going to do that. I hit OK and try it out. I go down and try to make the selling increase. I want to do it 7%, so I put in 0.7, which is 70%. There's my error message. I cancel out of there. And then one other thing with this spreadsheet, I'm going to put some protection on it. Right? I could protect it so no changes are made in any cell in the spreadsheet. If I just went under Review and Protect Sheet, leave it the way it is. I'm not going to give it a password because I always forget my passwords. I just hit OK, and then every cell is protected. I can't make a change in anything. But in this case, actually, I want to have it so they can change these yellow cells. So I'm going to unprotect the sheet now. And then the first thing I'm going to do, I want to make these yellow cells. This is what the change I want to make. So I'm going to highlight both of these with the Control key. And then I do a quick right click, format the cells. And then there is, when it pops up eventually, the protection tab on the format. It's a little slow here in doing it, but every cell is set to be locked. And what I want to do is on the protection tab, take the check off because last time I locked up the whole sheet, everything was locked. But I want to have these cells be unlocked, so I hit check off the lock, hit OK. I can still, nothing's locked yet, but now I'm just going to go back to where I was before, Review, Protect Sheet, and then hit OK again. Just come in here. This is the most common settings, right? I can select cells, I can select lock cells and unlock cells. I just hit OK. And again, if I double click on one of the formulas, I can't do it, right? It's locked, but then I can actually go down and change my selling price to say $3.25 and enter. And that's changeable, right? Because I mark these yellow cells, I highlight them, just do a right click, and there's the format of the cells. Go to the protection tab, check off the locked, and then to lock everything else up, that's under Review and then Protect Sheet. And unprotect if I want to do any kind of changes to the spreadsheet. Now I'd have to unprotect it. So give it a try.